Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In the last video I also had this new camera angle. I know what you think about that, but you can comment down if you think it's a bad angle. Before I start the video with saying what I actually want to say, I just want to show you something. Can you see this account? This account who added me on Snapchat. It's an account that sells, e-cigarettes and stuff. I'm gonna show you what I do to these accounts. I press this cross here because ignore, because we don't want any e-cigarettes, we don't want to smoke, we don't want to do these kind of things. It's not good for you. And I also want to say I just woke up. That's why I look a bit tired maybe, but it's fine. So in this video I want to talk about my condition I have been living with for like but in this video I want to talk about the condition I have been living with for around 7 years of my life. So basically I suffer from something called hyperhidrosis. To those who doesn't know what it is, and I respect that you don't know it because it's a very rare disease. I think it's only 5% of the world suffering from it. What was that update? Okay, but so if you don't know it, it's basically so you sweat a lot on specific places. Like for example, I have it on my hands, on my armpits, and on my feet, and that's just makes so you sweat very much here. And maybe you guys think that can not be as big as a problem, but I can tell you, to those who suffer from it, you know how it is. Just imagine every time you have to give someone the hand, you have sweat on the hand, and it's disgusting. Because when that handshake is done, you see them do this on the pants because of you. Or well, yeah, it is you, but you can't really do anything to stop it. Yeah, it just sucks, man. I mean, it have ruined my life basically. I mean, I don't know how you could imagine it, but like every social event I have to attend, I have to think about, oh no, what if I sweat on my hand? What if I sweat everywhere? It's just, if it freaking sucks, I can tell you that. And the most sad thing about it is that there's not so much research about the disease, so there's not so much things you can do actually. Luckily, I've been starting taking some medicine the past half year or something. It had helped very much. But I will go through everything I've tried. And yeah. So I will start with the basic things I've tried and then progress even more. The first thing I tried was these Carpe antiperspirant for the foot and for the hands, and it worked a little bit, but it didn't really give the effect I was hoping for, and also it was very, very expensive. It was to get shipped from America to Europe, where I live, but it's basically antiperspirant. I don't think you can imagine how many antiperspirants I have bought and that I have, and yeah, that don't really work so well for me. one very harsh one I tried. It made my feet purple. Maybe I can put a picture up here. It it destroyed my feet basically. I have some more antiperspirants here, and I mean I have even more in my toilet. So I mean, yeah, for me antiperspirant doesn't really work that well. Maybe for some people it will, and for normal people, but people who doesn't suffer from it, if you sweat, I mean, I know people who sweat a lot under the arms, even though they don't suffer from hyperhidrosis. I would recommend you use some antiperspirant, because the difference between a deodorant and an antiperspirant is that the deodorant doesn't remove the sweat, it just makes it smell better. But antiperspirant remove the sweat, so you don't sweat. So yeah, you can use it if it works for you. Also, I have tried something, I cannot remember. Also, I have tried something called Dermadry. It's basically like this machine where you put your hands in, and then it sets it sends electrical shocks, I think, to your hands, and you have to hold them for 30 minutes, I think, and you have to do that for a long time. And I tried it. I was consistent, but it didn't really work so much for me, and it was just very. I mean, it took a lot of time of me just sitting with my hands in the machine. Maybe it worked for some of you, but for me it didn't. Now we come to the medicine I have been taking. So basically, a half year ago, I was prescribed this medicine called glycopyrrolate in English, I think. And when I took it the first time, I was very shocked, because it actually worked, and it actually worked in situations where I usually sweat a lot. So I tried this and I was amazed, because now I find something that actually worked. But of course, the Danish healthcare system didn't want that greatness for me. So in June, I think, the healthcare system decided that no, we cannot prescribe this anymore to people under 50 years old, because it have 1% chances of giving you dementia. So now we're gonna instead give them oxybutynin, because it should have the same effect. But for me and for many other patients, this was not the best option. It was basically just a downgrade. It was basically just a downgrade, and it didn't give the same effect. So I was on this for maybe 5 months, where I consistently tried contacting my dermatologist to give me back glycopyrrolate. And then for, I think, maybe some few months ago, I actually got it, and I'm actually the system pays for my medication. The Danish taxpayers, they pay for my medication now. In the start, it was my parents who paid it, and it cost like, I think, 200 crowns for this little bottle, and that's not even like it's not so many in here, but yeah, you can see I've been chugging a lot of these down because they're just great. But unfortunately, these pills, this medication, doesn't work all the time. Mostly it works for me, but that's also because my mental health, or my how I think about my condition have been better. Like, I used to, when I was maybe 13 or 14, I used to be very insecure. I used to always wear big hoodies to cover up my sweat, and I refused to go to social events, and when people would shake my hand, I was just like looking like this, like trying to ignore it, so I didn't have to give them my sweaty hand. But now I've learned to accept it. Basically, I mean, a very big thing for me was this before the summer holiday. There started a new guy in my class. He came from Vietnam, and what I found out is that he suffered from the same as me. He also have hyperhidrosis, and that really helped me, because then I looked up to him, because he learned how to do it. Like, he was very open about it to everyone, and like he know how to control it. So I learned from him actually, and I look very much up to him about that, how he control the situations with it. And basically now, I mean, I've kind of learned how to accept it. Like, when someone wants to shake my hand, I say, yeah, here, and mostly my medication works, so my hand is dry. But if it's not, I say, yeah, sorry, I have this condition, and yeah. Um, so yeah, that was basically about my condition. It will not stop me from ascending to chat. Maybe if it had stopped me in the past, it have kept me inside, gaming, away from society. So now it's time to personality max and socialize max. But that was my story, boys. Like and subscribe. I don't know. Adios.